This will be the fourth video in my series of the items I use to build my model railroad. This one will be on models. I have two kinds of glue. This is a glue I got from a hobby shop in town. It's a Fowler. I like this one a lot because it's got a very narrow tip to dispense the glue. Also have this Testors glue. The hole's a little bigger. That's a cap on top of it, but it puts out more glue. Get some overlap in there sometimes. Have to clean that up with some more paint over the top of the glue. Need some trimmers to cut the model parts off their molds. Need a nice little emery board here. This one's gotten a lot of use to sand off the burrs and clean up the plastic parts before you paint them. Of course, you need an X-Acto knife. Cut the parts out of the molds. It's good to have some tweezers for the real small parts. And then I paint all my models before I put them together. And this is most of the paint I get at my local hobby store. That's one brand of paint. And here's another brand of paint. Model Master. Use flat black on all of my roofs, or almost all my roofs. Some of them are silver, but spray that flat black on all the roof parts, and then I overspray this gray, and I spray from a distance, so it just kind of lightly splatters on the roof. Some of them get a little more gray than others, but it takes that solid black look off the roofs. So that works pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as professional modelers with the sandpaper and all that, but then I overspray some dull coat here to kind of seal it. I've tried to put on decals. This particular model in front of you doesn't have any decals, but I've been fighting trying to make those decals stick. I've even tried this set stuff, micro set, micro sol, and they won't stick. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So I've just almost given up trying to do models, or decals on the models. This is a small paint used for, this one happens to be a cement color. I use that a lot. And I don't know how many different colors I've used of paint, but that paint cost really adds up. Here's some of my paint there with the spray paint, and then I've got a box of different kind of smaller paints, but well, I bet you I've got at least $150 in paints, and maybe more than that if I stop and think about it. Here's some weathering powder that I saw on YouTube videos. Guys that really do a nice job use this weathering powder. I haven't really tried that yet. I suppose I will at some point. But you know, I have all Walthers models. This one I put some people on, and I've used some of that hedge that I talk about in one of my other models, and I put some gravel around it. I'm going to clean that up a little bit, probably put some more grass on it, but he just fits right over here, and I got the slides right in there like that. Put some grass around him, and I got a little air conditioner back over there. I'm going to put some more grass right up in here to make that look nicer. But that's model. And like I said, I've primarily used Walthers models. Here's another one. I'm not going to show you them all in this video, but this is one that I put some extra roof parts on. I bought, they've got a roof parts kit, and I just added some more vents on this model. I think it makes it look kind of nice. And then I've got some Woodland Scenics people. I'll put some more on it. I just got a few on this side. And one thing I did is I didn't like the how you could see through the windows on the straight model, so on this one I put some black plastic, or not plastic, but cardboard. Tape some cardboard in there. And then I decided that was way too much work. And so then I started painting the inside of the windows with just a black paint. And I think it's a lot easier. It may not look as nice, but it's a lot easier. So that's kind of an overview of the equipment it takes to do models.